So, President Felton, first and foremost, talk to me about your logic, your reasoning behind this sacred pause.
First, Christian, thanks for having us and for sharing this news. I think it's a combination of several things: the ethos of the United Methodist Church, the mission of the college, our Christian affiliation, and the nexus between what God says one should do when they're tired. And that's to rest. We've been going hard for about 20 months. So it's wearing on us. My visits across campus, my conversations with folks, I've gotten into this habit of asking, how are you? And then practicing active listening. And it has bore out, the obvious that people are flat out exhausted.
During this week, what do you hope students and staff members are doing to make sure that they really pour into themselves to make sure that they are where they need to be, whether it be spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally?
Yeah, I think, Christian, a lot of people have a problem with unplugging. And so it's my sincere desire that we first do just that, completely unplug from the grinds, those things that are pulling at us, and to just sit and be still for a minute. I think when rested, one can reflect. And upon that reflection, we get to recalibrate and figure out what renewal really looks like. So I'm hoping that people will really, truly rest from the rat race and the anxiety around this global pandemic, and then really commit to really pouring into themselves in ways. For me, it'll be riding a motorcycle, flying, reading. It'll be things that allow me to just have some pure joy.
I think it's so fitting that you guys made this announcement on the day that Facebook and Instagram crashed as well. Essentially, you're forcing your students to unplug in a sense right there,
Yeah.
whether they like it or not. What has the student reaction be? What has that been to this announcement?
It has been really positive. When we take on this whole notion at HBCUs, we talk about being a secret sauce in a home away from home. And there's a researcher by the name of Tinto that talks about in loco parentis. And so we know that we're home for many of our students, home away from home. And a lot of them are torn. I really don't want to go back home. I want to stay here. But they are overwhelmed with the fact that such a thing could even happen, like a pause to really reflect. And I've said this to just about everybody that will listen. I think our students are really special. And they're really kind. And so this act of kindness towards them was received in so many different ways that have really been heartwarming for me.
Of course, Wiley College is such a strong institution, but the fact that you guys are essentially telling your students, hey, take a week to focus on just making sure that you're okay. What does that tell you about where the school's priorities lie?
I think it's a continuation of what we've always done, Christian. I think self-preservation is really arguably one of the most important things we can do. Without that, we can't do for others. But our institution has borne this creative change agent, these social good entrepreneurs, and these doers. And so it's really a part of who we are. And so it's a revisitation of the past while we actively practice out what it means to be, a keeper of the sacred trust. And so I think our students know when they come here, our history. They know about the tapestry of America and the footprint that Wiley has in that tapestry. They're cognizant of that, but to actually see it and feel it in some tangible way, I think gives a different meaning for them.
Is this an initiative that you guys hope to carry on into the future?
That's a great question. For 6 weeks, we've been trying to figure out how to do this. I said to the cabinet, like, I want to do something drastic. I'm tired. You guys are tired. The entire campus is tired. What would it look like to shut down the campus and just take a week off and renew? And after going through that exercise of covering our bases and making sure that, no student is left behind, we came to this idea that this would actually be something that we will continue from this point moving forward every fall, to have a sacred pause. But it would this time be really rooted in service to others. So there'll be an opportunity for people to renew and reflect, but starting in the fall of 2022, embedded in the Wiley experience will be this sacred pause where we get to go out and really impact our brothers and sisters that we share this place called Earth with.